Hello, fabulous friends and fans. Welcome to Synchronicity University. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. This video is on a rising sign in Pisces. So Pisces is the sign of the collective, it's communion with the collective, and it's also the unconscious as well. And I think one of the first things you see when you see somebody with a rising sign in Pisces is an almost dreamy quality to their face, an almost sleepy quality to their look as well, particularly the eyes. The eyes can be really intense, really profound, and also appear to be very deep thinking. The skin would have a sort of creamy quality to it, be very smooth as well. And these are also people who are one of the signs that may have some weight fluctuations at different points in life. Not as much as some other signs, but still enough to take note. And also I have found that the hair tends to lean more on the curly side as well with people with a Pisces rising. Now, as I said, Pisces is a sign of connection with the collective. So as such, these people can come across and actually be downright psychic. So there's a very deep sensitivity there. They are like sponges, so they can pick up on people's emotions. This also contributes to why the fluctuations in weight that take place, because of all the signs that are likely to gain weight as a way of sort of protecting themselves psychically from the opinions or the energies of others, this would be it. It needn't manifest that way, because ultimately what helps to balance out the energy a lot is water, symbolically or literally. So these are people who do good with drinking lots of water, but also doing things like being active in water sports. Also, water as a symbol of consciousness as well, and also as a symbol of diving into consciousness like we do in our dreams. If ever there was a sign that, keeping a dream journal would help them lose weight, this is that sign. So they have that ability to appear downright psychic, usually are very compassionate as well, and have that ability to feel things very deeply. But there's another side to the Pisces rising as well, and I think that this has to do with sort of that part that believes, that has conviction. And so when they tap into that part of themselves, again, they can balance out some of the sensitivity. But for the most part, I have found that these people can appear quiet. You don't always realize that there's a lot under the surface like you would with a Scorpio rising. With a Scorpio rising, you can sense that there's a lot going on there that they're holding back. With a Cancer rising, so these are the other water signs, with the Cancer rising, you feel like, whoa, there's a lot going on there under the surface that they're trying not to let out, and sometimes they're really good at hiding it. But with the Pisces rising, you know that there's a lot under the surface, but it's something that has a comfort to it. It's something that usually people want to know more about. It isn't something necessarily that feels like they're guarding or protecting, but rather is something that anybody could relate to as well. As I've said, some I've found with the Pisces rising, either they'll be like really quiet, and I've seen that, like they'll just be really quiet, really held back, more not so given to seeking attention, right? They sort of like being a part of the mass instead of actually sort of standing out necessarily. But then we have the other flip side, the other expression of this sign, which does have to do with feeling like they know some truth and feeling like they're especially blessed and wanting people to know this truth or wanting to connect with people on that level of sharing blessings as well. And they may actually do this by participating in and getting involved in things like divination, systems of divinations, and also psychic and being psychic and sharing that ability to connect with others energetically and share what it is that they're feeling. All of these become possible under the Pisces rising. But the only thing that I do think they need to watch a little bit is that, sometimes it can happen that they start to think that they know the truth. And that's when you got to be careful. It's that Jupiter rising that does it to them and to the Sag risings as well. where once you think you know the truth, that's when you're no longer connecting to that feeling that ultimately is going to give you genuine happiness. And that genuine happiness for a Pisces rising comes from connection. It comes from communion. And it comes from plugging into source. Their appearance will look like they are already plugged in. And also I have found with this, they say that Aquarius is the sign of the hippie. I actually think that Pisces rising can come across and have the appearance of being hippie just as much, if not more, than the Aquarius rising. So normally when we think of, a hippie appearance, we think of the Aquarian because it can seem a little bit bohemian. But I actually think when it comes to just being sort of like, not necessarily just laid back, but when it comes to understanding, having the right priorities, understanding interconnection, so that it's not about the appearance, but it's coming from a more genuine place, so that they're making more conscious choices in terms of their clothing and stuff. So normally we think of that as hippie, but for them, it's just about living more compassionately and living in a way that feels more integrated to everybody else. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. Please keep your interactions coming. I absolutely love it. Facebook, Twitter, Google+, my website, nadiyashah.com, the YouTube comments as well. And you can access so many more classes at synchronicityuniversity.com. Until we connect again, take care. Thank you for watching this lesson as part of Synchronicity University. You can go online at synchronicityuniversity.com or click on your screen if you're on YouTube right now to access even more video lessons, to access horoscopes, interviews with some of the most amazing astrologers in the world, and so much more.